I was just going to counting, one person said. Do I have to be subjected to universal propaganda? But this view may be in the minority, as the message of the Universals continues to spread.
Chief Diplomat Yassine runs a tight ship at the Office of Interstellar Affairs. Gorgeous weather today, huh?
Do you work around here?
Yeah, I work at MAST, in the Office of Interstellar Affairs. I'm a sort of liaison between the UC and the Freestar Collective. I help solve communication problems, show visiting diplomats the city, things like that. Probably doesn't sound all that exciting to you, but I love it. I've been interested in a diplomatic career since I was a kid.
Are you from New Atlantis?
No, I'm from Neon. I moved here a couple months ago for a job at the Office of Interstellar Affairs.
I hope you're settling in well.
Thanks. Maybe I'll see you around.
Okay, I'll see you around sometime.
The United Colonies Vanguard program recently celebrated its 15-year anniversary. Dozens
It's
of Vanguard
amazing to
pilots
think
were now
that this
able to
tree
see citizens
predates New
at the
Atlantis.
ceremony and listen to a speech from
Can you
President
imagine
Obama.
all the changes it's
The
seen?
remarkable success of the Vanguard, the president said, is standing right before us.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this.
Is something wrong? You sound concerned.
Yes. Concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance?
I've passed by this particular tree many times, and honestly, I never gave it a second thought. Does it hold some sort of special significance?
Finally, somebody understands. Unless, wait. You're not mocking me, right? People. Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me?
I'd love to help.
Well, thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
Okay, that's 2 biosensors. I hope that Kelton's scientist can use these. That's 3. How many of these things are there?
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me?
I'm looking for biosensors, not eggs.
Okay, well, if I see any of those, I'll tell you. And you can tell me if you find any eggs. Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Working at the distribution center can be tiring, but it sure is rewarding.
Please, if you experience any issues in your dealings with the distribution center, let us know. We're always striving to improve. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon.
You bought an egg from a kid recently. I need it.
Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found, trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why, what is it?
It's sensitive scientific equipment. Very important.
Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we?
Can't you just give it to me?
I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. You did say this was important after all. Honestly, it's probably worth way more than what we're talking about.
Fine, here you go.
Pleasure doing business with you. You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
This ambush almost resulted in disaster. 6 Crimson Fleet vessels were moored into a fake distress call when a would-be savior craft jumped in. The death plans were thrown out the window and a chaotic battle ensued. After all, the death was to run.
If it isn't my favorite almost a lab assistant, what can I do for you?
What exactly are you worried about here?
Recent scans of the tree have suggested that a significant portion of the interior is liquefied. Obviously, some small percentage of its internal workings is always liquid to allow for the transfer of nutrients and so forth, but this, well, I've never seen anything like it. If it continues to increase, I'm concerned the entire tree may collapse, and I'm also worried about other secondary effects.
What do you mean, secondary effects?
It's too soon to speculate. I'd very much like to see the additional data before I say more.
You'll get to the bottom of this.
I appreciate your confidence. The sooner I have all the available data, the sooner I can make an assessment.
I've got all your sensors right here.
So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. What a relief. Now, let's see. This is... well, it's... oh my. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once.
That doesn't sound like good news.
Well, from a certain point of view. In an, admittedly, somewhat selfish manner. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in Mast at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.